The eternal question, subtitled or dubbed anime? My name is Fade Dragonteer, and I've been a fan of anime since the late 80s. I first started anime with dubs of shows that aired on television like Astro Boy and the original Dragon Ball series. As I became more engaged with the genre in the early 90s, there was a handful of really high quality dubs of films being released by Manga Entertainment, but a friend would bring over an occasional mislabeled, badly bootleg VHS containing some crazy subtitled anime. The image was always fuzzy from like 12 generations of analog VHS loss, from being copied from that one kid who visited Japan, made a copy for his friend, who made a copy for his friend, who made a copy for his friend, onward down the line. At that point, we didn't care if it was in English, or if we could even fully make out what was on the screen, or what was going on in the plot. We were just hyped to be experiencing this crazy, obscure yet awesome thing. So subtitles were definitely a necessity back then if you wanted to be exposed to a lot of anime culture. Nowadays, anime is extremely easy to get your hands on, and there's a lot more of it aimed at all kinds of audiences. Generally, if you want to see something sooner rather than later, subtitling is still hands down your best option. However, I have a controversial statement to make. I, Fade Dragonteer, prefer dubbed anime over subtitled anime. I know, right? Burn me at the stake, but hear me out. There's something to be said about localization and why it exists. When done right, I feel it can grant a much more immersive viewing experience to the audience. I like to use the example of Macross Plus. It has a dub which I feel not only captures the autorial essence of the original work, but goes above and beyond by providing English and French versions of the film's beautiful soundtrack, and also introducing us to a pre-Malcolm in the Middle Bryan Cranston.
Gotta be someone better than these slackers!
When you're talking about film as a medium, the saying every frame is a painting is firmly applied. In anime, this is literal. Every detail of an anime world is illustrated and animated using various artistic means.
Alfred, you're gonna kill us both, you crazy bastard!
Did you say faster?
The point I'm trying to make here is if you're watching an anime of any quality and your eyes are fixated firmly at the bottom of the screen, you're likely missing a lot of set detail, subtle ambience, and in case of films like Akira, entire subplots. It's really that simple. Now, I'm not saying that if you prefer subs over dubs, it's because you like crappy anime. I'm merely implying that. I'm kidding. Bad joke, sorry. There are a few reasons why someone would legitimately want a subtitled version over the dubbed version. For example, there's a lot of laughable dubs out there which drain a work of its entire emotion and autorial intention, making it seem unnatural.
Alright, now let me tell you something, tough guy. Either you give us the rabbit or we break your neck. Oh. Fuck you!
There are also anime that are presented in such a way that taking a few seconds to read the text really doesn't inhibit you from experiencing the whole thing. But on the whole, I feel if there's proper care put in, the localized version will provide a much more immersive and enjoyable experience. Unfortunately, the good dubs seem few and far between, and that's what creates this anti-dub stigma in culture. It seems like a few of the people who I've encountered with a preference to subs use it as a way to attempt to establish themselves as some kind of anime purist and get pretentious about it. Bitch, you don't speak Japanese. You ain't even seen Wings of Hanamase. Don't even talk to me about anime. So outside of bad anime and bad dubs, I personally prefer dub versions over subtitled versions, but it is a personal preference at the end of the day. Admittedly, I'll occasionally watch something with subtitles if there's no other options available, but I firmly support localization efforts, and I would like to see more high-quality anime get the high-quality dub treatment, and even more widespread theatrical releases and exposure. So those are my thoughts on the topic. What are yours? The battle rages below. Once again, this was Fade Dragonteer. Thanks for watching. Peace out.